No one expected Candace Owens to go this far. Not after the foreign surveillance rumors. Not after the deleted messages. Not after the quiet tension that's been boiling between her and Charlie Kirk for months. But last night, without warning, without hesitation, without even softening the blow, Candace dropped a leak so insane, so personal, so violently direct that the whole internet didn't just react. It detonated like a grenade. Because this time, she was not talking about politics. She was not talking about strategy. She was not talking about disagreements behind closed doors. She was talking about DNA. And when Candace Owens starts talking about DNA, people stop breathing. Because DNA means proof. DNA means secrets. DNA means someone has been hiding something with terrifying accuracy. It began with one single icy sentence posted from Candace's private channel. A message so subtle but so loaded with meaning that every journalist and gossip page and political watcher went into panic mode instantly. Ask Charlie why he refused the second test. That was it. 7 words. But those 7 words sent shockwaves through every corner of the whole internet. A second test. Why was there a second test? Who demanded it? Why did Charlie refuse it? What did the first test show? And why is Candace the one revealing this? People started digging immediately. And within minutes, theories started piling up faster than anyone could keep track of. Some said it was a paternity issue. Others claimed it was about a family secret. Others insisted it was connected to a past relationship Charlie tried to erase. And then someone leaks that the first test came back inconclusive, which only made everything 10 times worse. But the real explosion happened when a source close to Candace told a shoe page, this isn't about proving something, it's about proving someone wrong. And suddenly, the whole internet understood this was not random. This was not a stunt. This was not a small issue. This was a fight between someone who demanded answers and someone who refused to give them. Candace hinted that Charlie was not telling the full truth. She hinted he panicked. She hinted he stalled. She hinted that the results would have changed everything. Then she posted the line that silenced the timeline. He knows who asked for the test, and he knows why. Now everyone was losing their minds. Who asked for the test? A family member, a former partner, a private investigator, Mickey McCoy's wife, someone connected to Erica, someone from Charlie's past. People pulled up old photos, old live streams, old issue, old social media posts. Everything was being dissected. But then a new detail leaked. A detail that Candace didn't release herself, but that someone close to the situation whispered to multiple gossip channels. The DNA test was not about Charlie being related to someone. It was about proving he was not, meaning someone accused Charlie of lying. Not about a relationship, not about a child, but about something deeper. Something that apparently shook him so badly, he refused the second test entirely. At this point, Candace doubled down and dropped a voice note that made the whole internet collapse into hysteria. He knows the truth, and the truth scares him. People started connecting this to the meltdown Charlie had weeks ago. His sudden disappearance from events, his late-night panic, his outbursts at staff, his refusal to speak on certain topics, the way he snapped at questions that weren't even about the scandal. Everything suddenly made sense. Then Candace posted a final chilling line before going silent. If the results come out, careers will end. Not reputations, not friendships. Careers. And that's when fans realized this was not just personal. This was not just a family issue. This was not just a misunderstanding. This was a secret big enough to destroy someone permanently. And Candace Owens knows exactly what that secret is. She's holding the match. She's holding the receipts. And for the first time ever, she's ready to burn the entire narrative down. The only question now, what did the DNA test really reveal? And who was Charlie so afraid of being exposed by that he refused to take it again? Long before Candace Owens ever typed a single word about DNA, long before her voice note sent the whole internet into cardiac arrest, long before Charlie Kirk started trembling every time someone mentioned family matters or private tests, the truth was already rotting beneath the surface.
What the world sees now, the panic, the silence, the deleted messages, is only the tip of a massive iceberg that's been forming for months. This didn't begin with a test. It began with a secret. A secret Charlie never expected to escape the walls he built around it. According to multiple insiders who have been whispering behind the scenes for months, the DNA dispute traces back to a private confrontation, one that happened quietly, unexpectedly, and violently behind closed doors. People close to Charlie say the meltdown began after a single message popped into his phone.
A message that blindsided him so completely that his entire team noticed his behavior shift overnight. The message came from someone Charlie knew, someone he never expected to hear from again, someone who had every right to contact him, but chose the worst possible moment to do it. The person wrote, "We need to talk. It's about the child." Charlie reportedly stared at the message for 20 minutes without moving. Staffers who were around him said he went pale, his breathing changed, and he muttered something under his breath that no one could understand. For the rest of the day, he refused all calls, avoided talking to anyone, and left early without explanation. What no one realized at the time was that this message would be the first domino, the start of a chain reaction that would drag in Candace, divide his inner circle, and put his private life under a microscope. For a week, things stayed quiet. Charlie pretended nothing happened. He smiled for cameras, did interviews, and went on stage like a man trying to outrun a storm. But behind the scenes, he was not reveling. Insiders say he was pacing hallways, snapping at staff, and obsessively checking his phone, like he was waiting for something worse to arrive. Then it arrived. A second message from the same person. "If you have nothing to hide, take the test." The DNA test. The moment that turned everything upside down. Charlie allegedly tried to dismiss the accusation. He said the situation was insane, manufactured, not his problem. But the person demanding the test was not backing down. And they weren't alone. They had a lawyer. They had documents. They had a timeline. They had old messages Charlie thought were deleted years ago. And they had something even worse. Proof he had been in the same city as them during the time frame in question. Something Charlie publicly denied. When confronted with this, Charlie froze. Then he panicked. Then he did the one thing that made the situation 1,000 times worse. He agreed to take the test. At this point, only 3 people knew the test was happening: Charlie, the accuser, and one other person. Someone who always ends up in the middle of the mess. Erica. Because for reasons no one understood at the time, Charlie told Erica about the test before he told anyone else. He didn't tell his team. He didn't tell Candace. He didn't tell his advisors. He told Erica, quietly, privately, anxiously, like he needed reassurance from the one person who never seemed to say no to him. And Erica's response, according to someone who overheard their conversation, "Don't worry, the truth won't come out unless you let it." That one sentence would eventually become the foundation of the entire cover-up. When the first DNA test came back as inconclusive, Charlie thought he was safe. He thought he could bury it. He thought he could silence the accuser. He thought he could escape without consequences. He told Erica the situation was over, dismissed the accuser as emotional, and told everyone around him not to worry. But he made one fatal mistake. He underestimated the accuser. Because the moment they saw the inconclusive result, they demanded something stronger, a second test, a more accurate one,
A test that would show the truth. This is where Charlie broke. Multiple insiders say he refused almost instantly. Not because he was insulted, not because he was busy, not because he didn't care. He refused because he was scared. He knew the second test wouldn't be vague. He knew the second test wouldn't be inconclusive. He knew the second test would reveal something he was not ready to face. He allegedly told Erica, "If this gets out, everything falls apart." But what exactly falls apart? His marriage? His image? His friendships? His career? His carefully crafted public persona? No one knew. Not until Candace Owens heard about it. According to someone in Candace's orbit, the moment she found out there was a DNA dispute and that Charlie refused the second test, she knew something was wrong. She had seen Charlie dodge questions before. She had seen him lie to project allies. She had seen him spin narratives to save his reputation. But she had never seen him panic like this. She confronted him privately. He shut her down. She asked again. He got defensive. She asked again. He snapped. She asked again. He snapped. And that is when Candace realized there was something Charlie Kirk would rather destroy a friendship over than admit publicly. The DNA test was not the scandal. The refusal was. Candace told someone afterward, if the truth scared him this much, the truth must be devastating. And that is when she decided to speak publicly. That is when she dropped the first leak. That is when Charlie realized Charlie was not just hiding a result. He was hiding the reason for the test. And the reason is still coming. The moment the accuser finally spoke, the entire DNA scandal transformed from a quiet backroom dispute into a full-blown emotional war. Up until now, everything the public knew came from whispers, leaks, and the tiny cracks that appeared whenever Charlie lost control of himself. But when the accuser's side came forward, not with rumors, not with speculation, but with their own version of the events, the truth didn't just surface, it erupted. It began with an audio file sent anonymously to a political gossip page. A file that lasted only 19 seconds, but carried more emotional weight than anything Candace Owens had said so far. You hear a woman's voice, angry, hurt, exhausted, and she says, "He knows why I asked for the test. He just doesn't want it confirmed." Those 13 words changed the entire landscape of the scandal, because suddenly the accusation was not coming from outsiders anymore. It was not filtered through whispers. It was not shaped by staff or distorted by online speculation. It came from directly inside the issue, straight from the person Charlie was trying to silence. Within an hour, a second leak dropped. This time it was not audio. It was screenshots. A thread of messages the accuser allegedly sent months ago, before she demanded the DNA test. The timestamps lined up, the tone was controlled, but quietly furious. And the final message in the thread said, "If you won't acknowledge what happened, then you leave me no choice." Charlie never responded. He didn't deny, he didn't argue. He simply disappeared from the conversation. The exact same behavior he displayed when the scandal broke publicly. But the twist came when a staffer revealed what happened behind the scenes the day those messages were sent. They said Charlie spent nearly an hour in his office with the door locked, pacing, breathing hard, muttering, "This is going to ruin everything." They said he didn't speak to anyone for the rest of the day. They said he made 3 private calls, all to Erica, and left the building through a side door instead of the main exit. And the strangest part? Erica showed up at his house that night. Why? Why was she the first person he turned to? Why did he trust her over his team, his advisors, his close male friends, even over people who could have given him actual professional guidance?
A new leak answered that question. Someone close to the accuser came forward and said Kirk reached out to her before Charlie did. The whole internet froze. Why would Erica contact the accuser at all? What did she say? What did she offer? Why was she in the middle of a private DNA dispute? Then the receipts dropped. A screenshot of a message from Erica. Let's keep emotions calm. There are ways to resolve this without going public. Another message. A second test isn't necessary. The first one shows enough. Enough for what? Enough to deny. Enough to confuse. Enough to bury the truth. The accuser responded coldly. The first test didn't prove anything. That's why we need a second one. Erica's reply. I strongly advise against it. Strongly advise, not suggest, not recommend, not reassure. Advise, like she had something at stake at this point. The entire whole internet began asking the question everyone had avoided. Why was Erica so invested? Candace was asking the same thing. She posted a voice note the next morning saying there is a reason she doesn't want the second test, and that reason terrifies both of them. With the numbers, another leak surfaced, this time from a member of Charlie's own team. They claimed Charlie was not just refusing the second test because he was scared of the results. He refused because he feared what the accuser would reveal if the test proved her right. This source said she told him he had more than DNA. She had messages, photos, dates, details, things Charlie couldn't explain away. And with that, the puzzle finally came together. This was not just about biology. This was not about a child. This was not about random confusion. This was about something deeply personal that happened between Charlie and the accuser. Something he swore he would never speak about again. Something he told Erica must stay buried. Then came the first major twist. A former TPUSA staffer leaked an OBS IFM internal email from months earlier, an email Charlie sent privately to a close confidant. In the message, he wrote, "She's trying to destroy me because she knows what happened back then." The phrase "back then" sent the whole internet sprilling. Back when? Back where? Back how? Back with who? And then, someone uncovered an old event schedule from years ago, a schedule that placed Charlie and the accuser in the same city, at the same event, on the same weekend, at the exact time the accuser claims everything started. Charlie always told his team he never met her privately. He insisted they had no history. He denied any one-on-one interaction, but the leaked schedule proved they were booked at the same hotel. And the cell tower logs leaked next proved their phones pinged within close proximity, too close to deny, too close to ignore. But then the twist became nuclear. Someone in Erica's circle came forward anonymously and said Erica knew about the DNA issue long before the accuser ever demanded the test. She told Charlie to stay quiet and let her handle it. Handle it? How? By convincing the accuser to drop it, by manipulating the narrative, by interfering with the DNA process itself. Another leak. This time, a recording provided more clarity. You hear Erica's voice saying, "Charlie, the second test will hurt all of us. Don't do it." All of us. Not him. Us. Meaning she was tied to the situation too. Then the recording continues. You don't understand what she reveal if she's pushed. I'm begging you, don't open the door for her. The whole internet immediately asked, what was she afraid the accuser would reveal? What did Erica know about that night years ago?
Why did she sound panicked? Why did she sound like her own reputation was at risk? And then one final leak appeared, the one that shattered everything and set the entire scandal on fire. A text from the accuser to Candace. If he takes the second test, I tell the full story. The full story. 2 words that hit harder than any proof, any document, any DNA result. Because now the public isn't just wondering, is he the father? They're wondering, what did Charlie Kirk do that he doesn't want exposed? Why is Erica protecting him? What does the accuser know that is worse than the DNA results? Why did Charlie choose Erica as his fixer? And what exactly happened between Charlie and the accuser on that weekend years ago? The scandal isn't about DNA anymore. The scandal is about the story behind the DNA. The story Charlie is terrified to face. The story Erica is desperate to bury. And the story the accuser is finally ready to tell, if Charlie takes that second test. The moment the accuser released her first real receipt, everything exploded. Not armor, not a whisper, not a screenshot from a friend of a friend, a real receipt. Time-stamped, documented, undeniable. It was the kind of evidence that slams a story into overdrive and leaves the person at the center with nowhere to run. It began when the accuser finally broke her silence publicly. She didn't write a long post. She didn't rant. She didn't name names. She dropped one image, a photo of a hotel hallway mirror taken years ago, taken late at night, taken on the exact weekend she claimed everything started. And in the reflection behind her, you could see Charlie, not posed, not smiling, not doing anything incriminating with his hands, just present, standing behind her, looking at her, close enough that the reflection caught both of them in the same frame. The whole internet erupted in seconds. Because for years, Charlie denied ever being alone with her.
He denied being near her outside public events. He denied every private detail. He denied the entire foundation of her story. But the mirror didn't lie. He was there, and not at a podium, not in a conference room, not surrounded by staff, not doing a public engagement. He was behind her in a hallway, at night, at a hotel he claimed he left early from DOT. And suddenly, the timeline the accuser had been insisting on was not a wild accusation anymore. It was real. Before the whole internet even processed the first photo, she posted the second receipt, a screenshot of an old deleted message she sent to someone she trusted. I shouldn't have gone back up to the room. I knew this would complicate everything. Pine's Top matched the mirror photo. The date matched the event schedule. The hotel name matched the leaked travel records. People were losing their minds. Then she posted the third receipt, the one that destabilized the entire story. A short text exchange between her and Charlie. Only 2 lines. Only 2 lines. Her: can we talk about what happened last night? Charlie: absolutely not. Delete that. K: those 4 words, delete that, became the phrase that took over TikTok, X, Instagram, Reddit, and YouTube. Delete that, delete that, delete that. It became a meme, a threat, a confession, a warning, but above all, it proved Charlie was lying when he told everyone nothing happened. I barely knew her. The online meltdown was immediate. But the real shock came when people noticed a tiny detail in the bottom corner of the screenshot. The contact name was not saved as Charlie's full name. It was not saved as Charlie. It was not saved as initials. The name was saved as CK, private linear number, Charlie rarely used. A number only his inner circle had. A number only a few people ever messaged. A number Erica helped manage. And not was when the next twist tore the scandal wide open. Because minutes after the screenshot went viral, a whistleblower from Charlie's digital team posted anonymously. Erica had access to his private line. The whole internet froze. Why would Erica have that access? Why did she need it?
Why was she monitoring communication on a number that was not her business? Why was she managing messages tied to a scandal Charlie had been hiding? Then came leak #4. A deleted voicemail Erica left the accuser before the DNA test issue even escalated. You hear Erica's voice, calm, polished, but with a strain underneath. We don't want this dragging into the public. It's better for everyone if we keep the past in the past. Double quotes. Everyone. Everyone. Not better for Charlie, not better for me, it's not better for the movement. Better for everyone, meaning Erica was not just protecting Charlie, she was protecting herself. She was protecting the brand. She was protecting whatever happened that night, something she clearly knew more about than she ever alluded. As if you are, K user added a caption under the voicemail, "Why were you even involved?" And that question echoed across the whole internet. Why was Erica involved? She was not part of the event staff. She was not part of the personal situation. She was not part of the original issue. And yet she inserted herself at every stage. Before the test, after the test, during the buildup, during the meltdown, during Charlie's panic. And every time she spoke privately about it, she sounded like she had everything to lose if the truth came out. Then the accuser dropped the final escalation receipt. It's the most dangerous one yet. A copy of the DNA test lab request. Half redacted, but clear enough to show Charlie submitted the first sample. Charlie approved the initial test. Charlie was notified of the inconclusive results. Charlie was asked to return for a second test. And printed at the bottom, status. Client refused follow-up. Client refused. Those two words destroyed every defense he had left. This was not an administrative issue. This was not bad science. This was not miscommunication. He refused voluntarily, directly, emotionally. And the note underneath? Client expressed concern about potential external implications of confirmed results. External implications, not family implications, not personal implications. External implications. Meaning whatever the test could reveal, it was not just personal. It was public. It was reputational, political, explosive. The accuser ended her post with the line, "He refused because he knows what the second result will show, and so does Erica." That statement didn't just escalate the scandal, it tied Erica directly into the heart of the DNA issue. And then, just when you thought the story couldn't go darker, a new leak appeared. Not from the accuser, not from Erica's circle, not from Charlie's staff, from a stranger. A brand new, anonymous account created only minutes before posting. They sent Candace a message. There's a reason Erica begged him not to take the second DNA test, and I can prove it. Who was this person? How were they connected? What did they know? No one has the answer yet, but the next revelation will expose it. The next leak will identify who sent that message, and the truth behind why Erica tried to block the second DNA test is so dark, so unexpected, so personal, so reputation-shattering that the whole internet isn't ready for it. The anonymous messenger didn't wait. They didn't tease. They didn't bait the whole internet with cryptic hints or vague statements. They dropped their identity straight into Candace Owens' inbox like a bomb. Cold, blunt, and deadly. "I used to work for Erica." That one sentence stopped everything. Every common thread, every discussion, every theory, every denial from Charlie's camp, every excuse Erica's defenders had been clinging to. Because suddenly, this was not a hater. It was not a troll. It was not a random outsider stirring issue. This was someone who had been in the room, someone who had seen the messages, someone who had heard the conversations, someone who had watched Erica manipulate situations before they exploded in public. Candace responded immediately. "Prove you are who you say you are." Seconds later, the proof arrived. Photos from inside Erica's private office. Shots no outsider could ever have taken. a corner of her desk with documents bearing her handwriting, a backstage pass with her personal ID number printed on it, a group photo with Erica smiling, arm around her, wearing the same outfit she wore in a now-deleted livestream. It was real. It was undeniable. And it meant the next message was not just information, it was testimony. The messenger wrote, "Erica didn't try to protect Charlie from the second DNA test. She tried to protect herself." Candace froze. The whole internet froze. Everyone knew Erica was involved. Everyone suspected she was hiding something. Everyone saw her interference. But no one, not even the accuser herself, understood how deep Erica's motive ran. The message continued. The DNA test was not just about Charlie. It was about someone else. Someone else. Someone connected to both Erica and the accuser. Someone Erica desperately didn't want exposed. And then came the twist that flipped everything upside down. Erica knew the accuser before she ever met Charlie. Candace's jaw dropped, because that changed everything. This was not a random issue between Charlie and a stranger. This was not an unexpected accusation. This was not a sudden scandal. Erica knew the accuser. Erica brought her into Charlie's circle.
Erica acted like the situation was new when in reality it had been part of it from the beginning. Then the messenger sent another message. She introduced them. She never expected it to go that far. Suddenly, the entire story began to twist into a shape that made terrible sense. Erica introduced them. Erica watched things happen. Erica tried to bury the aftermath. Erica begged Charlie to avoid the second DNA test, not because she feared what he would lose, but because she feared what she would lose. Candace messaged back, "Why would Erica care about the DNA test? What did she have to do with it?" The answer came in the form of a single audio clip. The anonymous messenger sent a voice recording they said was captured months before the scandal ever surfaced, a recording of Erica on the phone, whispering furiously, clearly unaware she was being overheard. Her voice trembled. "If the test confirms what she's implying, it leads back to me." Candace replayed it 3 times because that line didn't just suggest involvement, it admitted it. But the messenger wasn't finished. They sent a final piece, the twist that transformed the scandal from shocking to catastrophic. A message allegedly from Erica to the accuser, sent long before the DNA demand. "If you tell him why you really want the test, you'll destroy both of us." Both of us? Not destroy Charlie, not destroy you, not destroy the truth. Both of us. The internet screamed. What could destroy both Erica and the accuser? What secret did they share? What happened years ago involving all 3 of them? Why was Erica terrified of the second test? Why did she threaten the accuser privately? Why did she beg Charlie to refuse? Why did she tell him, "Don't open the door for her"? Why was she involved from the beginning? The anonymous messenger's final revelation answered everything and created 10 times more questions at the same time. They wrote, "The DNA test might prove Charlie isn't the father, but the second test, the one Erica fears, could prove who is." Candace froze. The internet froze. Everyone had the same reaction. Wait, what? If the DNA test wasn't about proving Charlie was the father, was it about proving who was? And that's when the messenger dropped the final sentence before disappearing. The truth is, the child might be connected to someone Erica shouldn't have been involved with. Someone powerful, someone she's terrified of exposing, and she's been using Charlie as a shield. Then the account vanished, deleted, gone. Candace was left staring at a screen full of revelations that didn't just hint at a twist. They promised the biggest scandal yet. Because if the second DNA test reveals the real paternal link, it won't destroy Charlie. It will destroy Erica. And the name of the real father, still hidden, still protected, still the biggest twist of all. And that is where this episode ends. Before you scroll, before you click off, before the algorithm drags you into something else, you need to take a second and really understand what you just heard.
because this isn't the end of the story. It's not even the peak. This is the moment right before everything blows open, the moment where the truth is right at the edge of the cliff, waiting for someone to finally push it. We started with a DNA test. We ended with a revelation that Erica Kirk wasn't just involved. She wasn't just interfering. She wasn't just protecting Charlie. She was protecting herself, protecting her past, protecting a connection she thought would never come to light. And now someone who used to work inside her world has come forward. Someone with receipts, recordings, screenshots, whispers, documents, and memories she can't erase. They revealed that the test Charlie refused wasn't even about confirming his truth. It was about confirming hers. And if that second test is ever taken, if the results are ever made public, it won't just expose Charlie's lies. It will expose a paternal connection Erica has been hiding for years. So the question now goes deeper than anything we've asked so far. Why is Erica so terrified? Who is she protecting? What relationship was she hiding? What powerful man was she connected to? Why would the truth destroy both of us? And what exactly happened the night she introduced Charlie and the accuser? These are the questions you need to answer right now in the comments. Who do you think is the real father the test would expose? Someone in Charlie's circle? A political donor? A media executive? Someone close to Erica from her past? Or someone the internet hasn't even considered yet? Tell me your theories. Tell me your predictions. Tell me the wildest possibility you think the reveals are pointing to, because your comments push the story deeper into the algorithm. And the deeper it goes, the faster the next chapter drops. And you do not want to miss the next update, because the anonymous messenger didn't just drop a warning. They didn't just expose Erica's involvement. They didn't just hint at the truth. They sent Candace the one thing nobody expected, a file labeled, "If anything happens to me, release this." That file hasn't been opened yet. Nobody knows what's inside. But the moment Candace posts again, the contents will change everything. Hit like if you need part 2 immediately. Subscribe with notifications, because the next chapter is coming. And when it lands, no one, not Erica, not Charlie, not their entire circle, will be able to hide from it. The story didn't start with a test. It started with a secret, and the secret is about to come out.